Next was Fiembo, the sixth hunter. He was the strongest of them all, his muscles carved like stone. He tied charms around his waist and neck, saying no spirit could touch him. Yet the river was not one to fear charms. Before long, it pulled him down too, leaving only ripples behind. The people lost all courage. Many cried openly, others sat before their huts, staring into nothing. Some blamed the gods, some blamed the river, and a few began to think that perhaps the mermaids were not the true enemies after all. Then came Atassa. Fine boy, no pimples. He was not like the others. His presence alone was strange, almost divine. He walked lightly, yet his steps carried authority. His skin glowed faintly in the sun, his eyes calm but powerful. The villagers whispered that he was not fully human, that he was spirit cooked, shaped by unseen hands. At times, smoke was said to rise from his head when anger stirred in him, and when he spoke in rage, fire escaped his mouth. What a human dragon! Yet, despite all that, his face carried a peaceful charm, gentle as the moonlight after rain. He arrived carrying nothing but a flute, carved from the bone of a sacred fish. He called it Olotemi, the enchanted flute. The elders gathered around him, half in awe, half in doubt. He raised the flute and said softly, "Tonight, the river will dance to my tune." When darkness fell, Atassa stepped into a canoe and paddled quietly into the heart of the river. The villagers watched from afar, their breath held. Then he began to play. The sound that came from the flute was unlike anything ever heard before. Soft, haunting, beautiful. It floated over the water like a dream, winding through the trees and across the village. Deep beneath, the mermaids heard it. The melody wrapped around their hearts like a spell. Slowly, one by one, they rose to the surface, their eyes half closed, their bodies swaying gently to the tune. Even the river itself seemed to listen. Atassa kept playing, his canoe drifting closer and closer to the riverbank. The mermaid followed the melody, hypnotized, their glow lighting up the dark water. His plan was clear, to draw them all out of the river at once. He knew that away from the water, their strength would fade. Once he got them near enough, he would strike and end the curse forever. But fate had other plans. From beneath the calm water, Tamuno appeared, the lost son of the land, now a spirit of the deep. His eyes were fierce, his hair flowed like the river itself. He grabbed the edge of Atassa's canoe and pulled it down with sudden force. The villagers screamed as the canoe tilted. The flute slipped from Atassa's hand and floated briefly before sinking. The two figures struggled fiercely beneath the waves, one glowing like fire, the other shining like water. The river churned and roared as if the earth itself trembled. Atassa, enraged, let out a roar that turned the water red with light. Fire flickered from his mouth as he tried to use Tamuno as an offering to the unseen gods. But just then, the mermaids, once hypnotized by the flute, awoke from their trance. Their eyes widened in horror. They screamed, their voices shaking the deep, and in a flash, everything changed. The waters brightened, then went still. No one truly knew what became of Atassa. Some said the mermaid overpowered him and bound him beneath the river, turning him into a spirit guard. Others swore they saw a burst of flame rise briefly above the water surface, a sign, perhaps, that he escaped using his powers.